Hi, welcome to Vector Speech Tutorials. This is Interps 101, How to Select a Piece. In this video, we're going to talk about what pieces work best for interps and where to find those pieces. What kind of pieces work best for interps? Well, the classics always do better in the long run. Time-tested pieces written by well-respected authors with universal themes compete better at the local and national levels. You could choose from novels, short stories, plays, epics, children's stories, and even fairy tales. Any of these will serve well as an interpretive piece. A story with a message or a moral is not absolutely essential, but it really does help. Oftentimes these stories do better at national competition. Choose stories that contain primarily dialogue or narrative that can be easily changed into dialogue. Otherwise, your audience will find your interpretive boring. Consider the number of characters in your story as well. Make sure that there's no more than 5. Otherwise, it's hard for your audience to keep track of your characters. And find a story that you really like. You're going to be doing this story for the entire year, so make sure you enjoy it. Make sure your story is universally enjoyable, that it has a wide appeal across all audiences. Avoid overly technical stories or obscure sci-fi, because those can be difficult to win your audience with. Also, avoid trite or overly simplified stories such as Junie B. Jones or Hank the Cowdog. While these are cute stories, they don't have the literary weight or merit to appeal to a larger audience. Also, choose stories with a larger, deeper meaning or classic stories that have stood the test of time. Where do you find your interpretive piece? Well, that's the million-dollar question for every speech student each year. First of all, look at your reading list, the books that you will be reading this year or even books that you've already read. Also, take a look at your bookshelves. What books are already there that you might be interested in interpreting? Go to the library and ask for their classic book list. That's always a big help. And think of the genre of stories that you like to read best. And finally, I always tell students to go to Google 1,000 good books list at classicalhomeschooling.org. You can use a small excerpt from the story, or you can choose pieces of the larger story to tell the whole story. Whatever you choose to use, you must make sure that your story, your interpretive speech, has a clear beginning, middle, and end. Thanks for watching. This has been Vector Speech Tutorials, Interps 101. Be sure to check out our other videos to learn more about the basics of speech.